If we're all made in God's image, if we're all made up of the same cosmic material, if we all share a divinity within as equal fractals of the capital S source, then why are we allowing poverty? Why do we have different social classes in this country? Why do we create unnecessary dualism with haves and have-nots? I know we value freedom in this country a lot, which is great, but where do we draw the line between freedom to make personal choices and freedom to exploit others? Why is 1 hour of work for someone working at McDonald's completely different from 1 hour of work for a CEO of a large corporation? You might say, how hard is it to flip a burger, but how hard is it to sit there in a board meeting just listening to people talk while you have the power to just fire anyone at any moment, and you're raking in tons of money off of the labor of hundreds or thousands or even millions of people that work under you? What work do they even have to do at that point? You can hire someone to collect data for you. You can hire someone to do any kind of manual labor you can possibly think of, including setting up the projector in your board room. You can hire someone to gather data and analyze it and present it to you. You can hire someone to give you a massage while you're sitting there, shine your boots, make appointments for you, draft a PR speech. What do you really have to do as a rich CEO when you can just hire anything out? And they don't have to deal with hot grease, people calling out orders, slippery surfaces, messes everywhere, that smell of food that you can never get out of your clothes, that paycheck that barely covers rent, that unhealthy posture that you're in all day, the arthritis in your hands, the world telling you you're fucking worthless because all you're doing is flipping burgers, even though that might be all you can do. So effectively, the best that you can do is not good enough for everyone else. Why do we condone this economic slavery? Do you really think that this is the best that we can do? Or are you afraid that whatever we replace this with is going to somehow be worse? And that's fair enough if you believe that. But what's stopping you from making sure that what we replace this with isn't worse? What's stopping you from dreaming of better societies? A society that actually reflects our inherent equality. Something that honors and incentivizes our birthright to freedom and equal opportunity, rather than squashing it. Today I wrote a quick poem called Social Responsibility is Beckoning. Social responsibility is beckoning, screaming at us through the cold, resigned will of the meek, seeping into our emotions as guilt, slowly gnawing at our consciousness. We've all been wronged. We've been fooled, taken advantage of, stripped naked of our divine power, put in assembly lines like automatons, fed poison and endless distractions that keep the secret locked away in the depths of our slowly rotting brains. We need each other. We need to remember, dissolve the fear that holds us down. What a wicked thing to do to allow poverty. The folks on food stamps shouldn't have to rely on compassion that they might receive from people who are better off. No one chooses to be poor. No one. What a shitty position to be in, to not only have to beg to be treated fairly, the way we all should be treated, but to know that the people that you're begging for support from are currently also supporting this system that justifies them being poor in the first place. It is needed and it is noble to give poor people food or a place to sleep or whatever, any kind of aid. But if you're also simultaneously supporting a system that inherently creates the conditions for poverty, then you're just putting a bandage on an infected wound. If a doctor were to see a nurse doing that, they wouldn't chew them out saying, you shouldn't be having compassion for this patient. No, but they would absolutely say, okay, we actually have to treat it this way. If you're someone who believes that we are all children of God, then we actually have to treat this economy very differently than how we are. Social responsibility is beckoning.